Oh, my name is Henry De La Garza.
And I'd like to just have you take a minute and a half or so and give us a little of your background, where you're employed, and what you do there.
I work at the Office of the Attorney General, an agency of the state of Texas, and I am the HR Director, the Chief Employment Counsel, and the Ethics Advisor.
And how long have you held the position as HR Director?
HR Director, Interim Director, November 2nd of 2020, and then became Permanent HR Director December 1st of 2020.
How long have you worked for the Office of Attorney General?
I started in 1995 as an Assistant Attorney General 1 and worked my way up.
And what division did you start in? Have you always been in Human Resources?
No, I started in Habeas Corpus Division and then went to Transportation Division and then Human Resources.
How many attorneys general have you worked for at the agency?
Well, let's see. I guess it would have been Dan Morales, and then John Cornyn, now Senator Cornyn, Greg Abbott, now Governor Greg Abbott, and then Ken Paxton, and then also the Provisional AG John Scott and Provisional AG Angela Colmenero.
How many years have you been working in Human Resources?
I started in May of 2008.
You've testified that you've been at the agency for a couple of decades. How would you describe your experience working at the Office of Attorney General?
The agency is an outstanding state agency. It's a great place to work. This is as a lawyer, it's an ideal place to practice law, whether you do civil, criminal, trial, appellate, transactional, plaintiff, defense, whatever. We have it, and as an agency, we're number one in child support enforcement. This is an agency of lawyers, of child support officers, peace officers, and a lot of hardworking employees.
And as the HR Director, how many employees at the Office of Attorney General are you responsible for, enforcing agency policy and procedure?
Well, the approximately 4,000 employees that we have throughout the state of Texas. And we also handle human resources work for the State Office of Risk Management, SORM.
And just generally, what are your responsibilities as both the Ethics Advisor, the HR Director, and the Chief Employment Counsel?
Well, it's quite a bit. As HR Director, I oversee the HR operations for our state agency, 4,000 employees throughout the state of Texas. I lead a team of 22 talented and dedicated employees. We handle all sorts of HR functions, from hiring, posting, classifications, onboarding, benefits, leave, training, development. We have a wonderful wellness program, and we also have a robust law clerk program. And as Chief Employment Counsel, I, along with the other attorney in the division, excellent Deputy Chief, we provide legal guidance to the managers and supervisors of the agency, and we, make sure, EEO compliance, the rare EEOC charge of discrimination, and workers' compensation, and unemployment benefits. And then as ethics advisor, I provide guidance to approximately 700 lawyers of our agency, mostly on the Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct, other ethical issues, and then I oversee the agency's fraud, waste, and abuse prevention program. I think I have it all.
I started as a law clerk at the office, and so I certainly appreciate everything that you do for the office. Outside of working in HR, do you have any other experience with employment law?
Yes, before starting in HR, I worked in the transportation division where I managed the employment law matters for TxDOT, another outstanding state agency, and handled the trials, appeals, hearings for state and federal law, for all different types of employment laws. Title VII, Chapter 21 of the Labor Code, FMLA, FLSA, ADA, First Amendment retaliation, whistleblower retaliation, USERRA retaliation, workers' comp retaliation, all that.
And so you mentioned the Whistleblower Act. Have you ever taken a Whistleblower Act case to trial?
I actually have.
Okay. And does the Whistleblower Act, does that have certain requirements in order to state a claim?
It does.
And does it also provide specific remedies?
It does.
Is one of those remedies removal from office?
It is not.
And who is a proper defendant under the Texas Whistleblower Act?
The government entity.
Is an elected official a proper defendant under the Texas Whistleblower Act?
No.
Where are Whistleblower Act claims usually adjudicated?
It's a state law claim, so it would be in state district court.
Are you aware of a Whistleblower Act claim ever being litigated outside of the state district court?
Not under the Texas Whistleblower Act.
Are you aware, Mr. De La Garza, that in 2020, a group of high-level staffers made reports to law enforcement about the Attorney General?
I am.
And are you aware that some of those staffers subsequently filed a Texas Whistleblower Act lawsuit against the Office of Attorney General?
I am.
And to your knowledge, is that case still pending?
Yes, in Travis County.
You mentioned that you've worked under a number of attorneys general, and so I just want to ask you a few brief questions about how the agency works. How do most employees of the Office of Attorney General obtain their positions?
Most employees, we're talking about, just about everyone, would apply through a competitive posting, and then the hiring manager would select the best qualified candidate.
And how did the former staffers who made those complaints to law enforcement, how did they obtain their positions?
They were appointed by Attorney General Ken Paxton.
And so, and to be clear, I think you said there are about 4,000 OAG employees?
Yes, about 4,000.
And about how many are appointed?
We're talking about half of 1%, maybe 0.2%, or 0.02%.